A few days ago, YouTube sent me an email with the subject, "Your chance to stand out from the crowd and get additional opportunities to make money. Action required." Yeah, right. Man, I'm here having my coffee, working, and YouTube comes at me like, "Do you want more money?" Action required. So the first thing I thought was, it's a scam. I'm going to comment down below. Do you think it's a scam? Did you get this email? Do you think YouTube is handing out money? Let's break all this down in today's video, shall we? Leave your comment. I brought in a specialist I really like, and he got this email here. Out of my 12 channels, 10 are monetized. Of those 10, I received this email on 7 channels. At the end of the video, I'll share his channel. I believe you already know it, but either way, it's worth subscribing. It's worth signing up. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, some things I agree with, others I don't. Let's talk. He's going to offer a counterpoint, all right? So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ads with higher revenue, brand partnerships, and affiliate shopping offers. I received this email from YouTube yesterday. When I first looked at it, I immediately thought, oh, here comes a little scam. I'm about to fall for a scam. No, I'm not going to fall for it. So I went to check with YouTube and Google themselves to see if the email was real, and it was real. This, you don't resay.
The YouTube manager also said it was real, and Kaike, he got hacked, right? Twice. And because of him, I bought this thing here. Look. Now, someone would genuinely have to hack into my personal account and then physically mug me on the street, because at this very moment, I exclusively use robust physical authentication methods, right? Anyway, so basically we get worried, right? Is this really an official email from YouTube, or is it not? But in this case, it is.
Did you get this email, and are you part of the partnership program? At the end of this video, I'll explain how to activate this here on your YouTube channel. So in the subject line of the email, it already said, action required, stand out to get more earning opportunities. And then the email starts. Hi Escola para YouTubers. We're launching a new feature that allows you to share your channel and audience data so that companies can find you and in turn offer you more earning opportunities, such as higher revenue ads, brand partnerships, and shopping affiliate offers. So it's a new feature that lets brands see your channel's metrics without having to ask you for them. But hold on, this is about to get even more interesting. Let's keep reading. So why is YouTube launching this option to make your analytics, your data, your stats available to brands without asking for your permission? But actually, they are asking because you have to activate this feature, right? But look, the creator economy is growing and more advertisers and brands are interested in partnering with YouTubers. However, companies might not be sure if you're a good fit, if your channel is the right one for them to partner with. Because information about your channel, like your target audience, isn't easily available. Maybe you already work with some brands and advertisers, but this new channel insight setup inside YouTube Studio can help creators like you get even better earning opportunities.
So what is YouTube saying here? They want you to share the data you have in YouTube Studio. So when you go into YouTube Studio, you can see views, click-through rate, how much you're earning, whether you're making the $100 a month to get paid every month, and the number of members in your membership club. By the way, we've launched the membership club with levels 1, 2, and 3. At level 1, you get early access to videos, you get comments, replies. I respond really quickly there. But at level 2, you can ask me anything you want, all right? Business recommendations, and of course, you also get access to behind-the-scenes videos and exclusive special content, all right? I couldn't resist, right? I just couldn't resist. But anyway, YouTube is asking you to share information with whom? With companies that potentially not that, it will definitely happen, but maybe might hire you. The question is, which data are you going to share? Because the only public ones are your subscribers and the number of views. Everything else is confidential, right? So start thinking, would you share your data even without being sure the company will hire you? Leave your comment below.
This really is true. When you're about to close a sponsorship deal, right, or partner with a company, one of the first things that either we send or the company requests is something called a media kit. A media kit is nothing more than some data about your channel. So in there you have the target audience, age range, whether it's more female or more male, the age of the people who watch you, and so on. You can include various pieces of information about your channel. These are data, metrics, right? So the company can see whether it makes sense to partner with you or not. So this is meant to make it easier for brands to access this data. When I read up to this point, I already thought, this is going to be a problem because if it makes my channel's data more accessible to other people, basically, you would be taking my analytics in other words, my retention data, views, connected Qatar, and everything else.
There's important data, right? Like, for example, your video is followed by some subscribers, some members. All right. Then you can even see which channels those members, those subscribers are subscribed to, right? So you can see there whether those are channels similar to yours or not. So that's pretty interesting because then, for example, as a mentoring tip, if you have access, let's say Pedro subscribes to my channel, then I can see the main channels he subscribes to. Then I can go in there and see what kinds of videos that channel makes. And I can also see the other types of videos he watches, which might be similar to mine. And that gives me inspiration to create new content. So important data, right?
And are you going to make it visible for anyone to see? If that's the case, then I'm not interested, YouTube. Thank you very much, but you're not going to throw open my analytics for everyone because that's data, and data is what helps your channel grow if you know how to analyze it. So I was already a bit put off, but let's keep reading this email. How does this setting work? To make it easier for advertisers and brands to discover your channel, we've launched a new way to share channel insights with this setting.
They're calling it insights, right? Apparently they're not going to share the data, they're just going to give hints. Insights are hints.
It's disabled by default, and in a moment I'll show you how to enable it in case you haven't received this email. But content creators can enable it at any time. What are the earning opportunities? This, to me, is
It's kind of funny, isn't it? It's almost a joke, right? But let's go.
Weird. Let's put it this way. It's not weird, I'll read it. Some examples of opportunities include partnerships with advertisers in advertising campaigns, doing sponsored content, which generates more revenue, more partnership offers with brands, and higher affiliate commissions on sales.
So YouTube has tools that distribute the money, which is great. No other platform, no other social network does what YouTube does. So it takes the ad money and gives it to you. Does Zuckerberg over there, does Facebook or Instagram do that? They only have the other part of YouTube, right? What's the first part? YouTube gives you the ad revenue, and it also gives you a share of the YouTube premium money, which is that subscription so you don't see ads. I made a recent video, I'll leave it here, where my channel was approved. Actually, 2 of my channels were approved for YouTube for education, which is basically a YouTube premium for schools. So there is a YouTube premium for schools. The schools don't pay. YouTube identified that my videos have, that they provide educational value. And because of that, that's when YouTube basically said, here, Rodrigo, take this money right in your face, because now all I have to do is turn it on and I have another source of income. So YouTube is really good for that. The other part is tools where the audience gives you money, right?
So the members club that I'm talking about, right? Like become a member and all that. Where does the money come from? From my subscribers. That's right. Besides that, there's also the shopping feature where people basically buy my products. There's also the thanks a lot button where you can make a donation, the super chat and super sticker that you can use during live streams, and so on. There are others too, but these are all categories where the fans fund your channel. And on the other side, YouTube funds your channel. So there are these two ends. In this case, it goes to the side where the users fund your channel. But in this case, it's not a user, it's a company, right? The company is going to fund your channel through the data you choose to share. So for YouTube, look, it doesn't cost them anything, right? You're the one who has to decide whether you'll share your data or not, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out, okay? Just because you share your data doesn't mean you'll get companies interested, that they'll make deals with you, or that you'll make affiliate sales by putting a link there, and so on. Moving on. As always, not every opportunity is suitable for every content creator. Let's go. So what are the earning opportunities according to YouTube here? They're listing several ways you can make more money. but that doesn't mean you're gonna make more money. Why? Because if we scroll up here, look, the feature is for sharing data, not for you to make money, because I already see people out there saying it's a new monetization, that YouTube is launching something completely different, that it's going to increase earnings, just like they say at the beginning of the email. That's not it.
Because there are companies that actually buy data, okay? There are companies that buy data, including ChatGPT, which was recently buying it in several countries, buying your eye, your iris, scanning your eye and giving you money. There are companies that pay for data. In this case, you're going to provide your data for free, hoping that maybe you'll be able to close some deal. That's pretty much it, okay?
It's a tool to share your data with brands and advertisers. It doesn't mean that the brand will close a deal. It doesn't mean that activating this will increase your CPM, your RPM, your revenue per video, your revenue per ad. That's not it. That's not what this tool is for. So let's take a step back. Let's calm down a bit and keep reading here. Because the problem I brought up a little while ago about sharing everything, that's dangerous. And then YouTube thought about that. So let's read the next part here. What data will be shared? Which, in my opinion, is the most important thing in all of this. It's this part right here. We will securely share security interests, me aggregated insights about the channel and audience using Google tools. What tool is that, Google? Partner Hub with creators and the Google Ads Insights Finder. Okay, if these are Google tools, then only those who have brands, companies, in short, those who are registered either in this Partner Hub with creators or in this Insights Finder Google Ads, Insights Finder will have access to this. In other words, it's not something where you can just open the About tab on your channel, right? Click on See More on someone's channel and all their data will be there. Now I feel a bit more at ease. But what data is YouTube actually going to share? Because I think it's important for both you and me to know that, for us to know, right? So what does it say here? Look. Yeah, channel statistics, number of subscribers, views, likes.
That's already public.
And comments. So metrics that are already public anyway, but with likes, you won't have to open each video one by one, right? So here it's probably going to compile everything, right? To show volume for
It'll calculate an average, it'll make a graph with the average.
For brands that are interested, that are looking through this partnership hub or through the Insights Finder on Google Ads, yeah, some audience details like gender, geographic location, and age range. Nice, that was one of the main functions of a media kit. So this is going to be automatic now, right? I don't need to create a document and send it anymore.
For those who don't know, who've never sent the media kit, it's basically like this. Look, my audience is 70% men, 30% women. They are like 10% between 15 and 25, 15% between 25 and 35 and so on, 35 to 45. So you give the percentages. My audience, 90% is from 35 to 75 and I'm 40. So it's a bit almost my age. People much older than me look at that, building authority with older people. I actually prefer it. You know why? Because these are people who already have their careers more or less defined. They've probably already moved out of their parents' house. They have an income. They're consolidating or starting a family if they haven't already, depending on their age. In other words, they make their own decisions. It's different when your audience is younger because then kids watch your videos, but it's the parents who make the decisions. Isn't that interesting? Or maybe the kid still gets an allowance, right? So I like my audience. Could there be more women? Sure, but men tend to attract more men, and that's just how the world works, right? Anyway.
As an attachment, it's attached. See the attachment. That's not a thing anymore. And then there's another thing, which is performance on YouTube Shopping. Not everyone uses YouTube Shopping, but for those who do, it will also include some metrics, right?
I don't use it because I want to offer info products, you know? YouTube is going to Launch Me Manager already told me in the very near future, the courses tab, which already exists, but it's only available to a very small number of people. And then you'll be able to sell courses like info products, courses that people can buy, but with the convenience of just having an extra tab on your channel, the person is already there with their card on the Apple Store or Google Play Store. You know, they just click the button, buy your course right away. The YouTube player is already installed and they're already used to it. And YouTube will take A QT, if I'm not mistaken, it's 30%, which is quite a lot, but they'll also handle all the promotion of your video. It's really worth it. When you're outside of YouTube, you have to invest in paid traffic, right? You have to spend money on online ads, and that's a significant amount, right? In this case, the YouTube algorithm will recommend your content for you to sell. You have to study the course algorithm, which hasn't been released yet, so I don't know how it would work. It's probably different from long form videos and shorts, right?
Now, about YouTube Shop, then it prompts you to get started. Just click here to enable that option on your YouTube channel. Let me go show you, because I think some people on the other side are already getting anxious. Where is it? How do you enable it? How do you enable it? I want it. I'll show you now. Look, you go to YouTube Studio, scroll all the way down to settings. Here in settings, you come here, let me see, channel. That's right, channel. And then you go here to advanced settings. And now you see there's a new option here. Look, then you come here to channel insights sharing and make sure this is checked, okay? Just check it and click save down here, and everything we've talked about so far will be enabled. So I believe this is just here to help, but I don't think we should be expecting, oh my gosh,
I'm going to get rich. Can you imagine? Leave a comment below. If you receive it, are you going to accept it? Not accept it? Do you think it's pointless, or do you not want to share your data? Are you going to do it the usual way, like either you approach the company or the company sends you an email and you get started? Comment below. I want to know. And remember, if you want to become a channel member, there's a join button down below. Just click it, any level. You'll be happy with the benefits. You'll help the channel grow. But level 2 is the best value for money, okay? I leave the YouTube education video for you to check out and see if it's already appeared on your channel. Maybe you can even activate it right away, okay? That's it. I'll see you in that video. See you soon.